All right, so I'm going to try a couple clips. I don't know if this will work or if this is the best program to do it or anything, but we're going to give it a go. Play 23 here. This is forward progress. It's just a shot down the line. I don't think we missed this by much. I do think we're probably closer to like the 38 here, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so to run this back just a little bit, I'm sure it'll lag a little. I don't see any reason we wouldn't give him like pretty much this whole thing, right? Um, Once he makes contact with the ground, I mean, maybe here. So I think probably both are spotting a hair short. Looked like Jake was maybe going to come up, and then Cam stayed a little back. So I'm not sure we got that one quite right. But to make sure we give the guy like all the forward progress. Next play, I'm going to jump to 28, which is, I think, a much better job at a forward progress spot. Okay, so not a great offensive play here. So we're going to kind of get blown up in the backfield. First contact's going to happen right around the 30. So I come in here and look like I'm going to go probably 28-ish, something in that ballpark, and I'm looking at Cam, and we're going to spot it back quite a bit further than what we are. Jake's on the money here. This is right where this should get spotted. And then you can see right at the end of the play, I turn around, I'm like, oh, I'm not in the right spot. So Jake, really good heads up play there on kind of getting things in the right spot. Not a great job by me. Cam, I think, was just following me. So Jake, good job getting the crew kind of in the right spot there. Next one. Okay, 32. Okay, we're running this thing back. Okay, at first glance, it doesn't really seem like a whole lot happens here. Scoring play shouldn't be any big deal. But when you run this back and look at it a little, okay, now this guy came down a 3-point, and then as you run it again, it looks weird, right? Like, how did his shoulders end up in that position? So I think this is probably a twofold call here. First off, for me, I don't know what else I need to see that. Wing on this side, Jake in this case, this is one that, you can have eyes on too. This, turns into a running play pretty quick that like we kind of know that's what it is. Anytime we get a back like that, like a back to the ball in that scenario, something had to happen there. It's not long. It doesn't take very long, but I would say it definitely stops this guy's chance to make a play here. It's not a very good defensive play. He kind of took himself out of it, but that still needs to get called. Hopping down 51, I want to take a peek at. Okay, Cam here. Just mechanically. Okay, so now we're set. Outside guy's on. That's good. Once the ball gets snapped, okay, get rid of that arm. Get that down so you can use it for something else. So here, right there, now we should have a backward signal. So it lets everybody else know that one for sure was backwards, which, I knew it. It's hard for me to signal that from there. But if this guy throws a ball, we're still good. So seeing your hand like that right now would give a bad impression for, like, now if this guy hucks it, we could drop a flag for an illegal forward pass being the second forward pass. Watch yourself throughout the game. That happens a couple times where you hang on to this on signal a lot longer than we need to. Jumping to 60. Okay, this is kind of a spillover play, or it ends up being a bit of a spillover. Watch the bottom of the screen. It's 12 and my buddy 3. Okay, so engaged, and then all of a sudden you see that head jerk. That's a defensive hold. The interesting part here, if you watch it in like actual motion at full speed, 12 gets up and is all fired up that he was getting held, and that's not a hold. That's not an offensive hold. Yeah, he turns around and starts barking at me and Ryan that he got held. Now, if we get this one, this is kind of a tough one. This almost has to be the wing on this side here to see that. Now, if we flag that one, then so this is play 61. So the immediate play after this, almost same action, right? I mean, we get a thing here. Ryan's got a hold in the middle of the field, which is, I mean, to go back to that, that's a really good call and like absolutely the right call. I screwed this up. Okay. Hold right in the middle of the field, right there. That's definitely not textbook, not how you do the thing. Okay, so Ryan's got that one. These two start John. He caught his attention. Now we throw this one too. If we catch the first one, we might not have the second one. And that to me is the same thing. I mean, this is 12. That's not on 3. I mean, as much as I adore him, that's not an offensive penalty. That to me is a defensive penalty. Now jumping quite a ways, 90. I'm sure there's a better way to do this part too. Oh, here. Okay. Just a little bit of a shout out here. This was pretty good. Really good like synchronization with you guys. I think we're maybe a heartbeat fast. Look, step, signal. Maybe just rush it a little bit. But really good being on the same page. And good, I mean, looking at each other, I mean, you're obviously on the same page, all that. I mean, the nuts and bolts of it are really good. 96 down here. Okay, so this is Jake had something down here. So, just a pretty good spot to be. I'm going to try to stop it here if I can. I'm kind of right at the end here. So we have kind of a mix-up. Everything gets, and then right here, like you can see something's definitely happening, and we have an official exactly on the spot. 2 more eyes kind of coming right at it. 2 more sets of eyes coming right at it. This is the play where Jake gets an unsportsmanlike on 24 year for saying a couple things that he should not have said. So right at the end, you can kind of see the body language of like we're not. It's not just the end of a tackle. There's definitely words being said. So just a good job by Jake by kind of officiating the moment. Down to 100. Okay, this one I think we need to give possession here quicker than happens. Okay, big scrum. A lot of stuff happens here. I think here we can go two waves, and then we can signal. I think this turns into black. Yeah. Okay, so this. I mean, from back where I was pretty confident this was black right out of the chute. But I mean, as soon as we know what we got here, let's go. So right here, wave, black ball. Okay, signal black and verbally black ball. So all the kind of junk afterwards is kind of put to bed before it really gets started. Then 115, kind of granddaddy of them all. Okay, so this is the play that starts the ejection. So here, Buddy's got a point. That is a face mask, and that one needs to get called. Okay, that one should be me. I mean, that should be my eyes on that. This is I hate. It's hard to make excuses on any of these things. Like a quick pass like this, I'm checking tackle. That's not a hold. Checking guard. That's not a hold. And then, balls away and making sure nobody gets hit. So my eyes were off this before they should have been. I should have seen him kind of attack up field and probably stayed on him a little bit. That one needs to get called. It's probably only a 5-yarder. You let go of it, then actions happen. But if I call that, I don't think then we don't have the other stuff. I mean, I certainly don't excuse the kid's behavior after the fact. But if you get the first one, similar to what we had a little bit earlier with 60 and 61, if you get the first one, you probably don't get the other ones. So, overall, really good job, guys. I just wanted to, try this out once and see if it was worth giving a shot.